I just have to mention before I get started here, I had recent eye surgery, and so I see three of each of you, and this is one hell of a crowd. Neil mentioned my cousin Brian O'Dwyer, who is very disappointed because Brian always likes to be first. Well, he's not the first member of our family. He's actually the third member of our family. Our Uncle Bill back in 1938, his father Paul in 1974. And most of us would have, been grossly embarrassed to be asked. So only 258 years, three members of one family, disgraceful. But Brian went for it. And he's still smarting that he's only third. Excuse me. There are a number of, by the way, this list that I have here from Anya, who's my boss, my wife, my manager. She gave me a list of things not to make fun of. Hell kind of a list is that? Okay. There are some people I would like to acknowledge. First and foremost, the person who actually made the radio show a success. She refuses to be associated with 50 years of broadcast because she claims she wasn't born at that time. My wife, Anya Sheridan. My children who are here and accounted for, again, have had, great patience throughout their lives, because as a musician, number one, I was gone nights and weekends, and just in case there was a chance that they might get to see me, I went into radio. So for Linda, for Paul, Eileen, Kathleen, to all of you, I really would like them to get a round of applause too. Thank you. By the way, I have a son-in-law who's very special because he's the only son-in-law who showed up. Andre Roberta. In mentioning Brian, he actually is, he's known around town primarily because of his sister Eileen, who happens to be my favorite cousin. What's this, Anya? Oh, I'm talking to you. Okay, very good. Okay, I'll get on with it. My claim to fame, if there is any, has to do with the great number of people who are here today. One in particular is a fellow honoree, and somebody who spent 25 years as my sidekick, as my co-host of the radio program, John Deary. I have a brother-in-law over from Ireland. He was sent over by my sister because she wanted to get him out of the house. David Waters, very welcome. All right. Mike Scanlon is a friend of mine for a lifetime. And just about the time that Anya came in to take over Irish radio, Mike Scanlon showed up to do pretty much the same thing. And frankly, I didn't need two of them. I mean, it would have been nice. But Mike, thank you. What Irish America magazine brought to America was a miracle in itself. And trust me when I say that when Neil and Trish Hardy arrived in this town here, with even rolling out the concept of a glossy magazine, I thought to myself, God, this is something I would absolutely love to be associated with. And, you know, it's terrific, and I'm very, very, very grateful and honored to get this award from what brought Irish America up several notches to the top rung. So, again, congratulations. There's a fella here who is not a member of our family, but we only found out recently, Jim Lombard, who's sitting over there at that table. Jim has been really very close friend of our family, and he kind of acts as referee between my cousin Brian and myself. You know, I had, as I say, I had the surgery, and Jim Lombard had heard it through the grapevine, and he called Brian and said, "How is Adrian doing?" And he said, "Not that good. I'm actually working on his eulogy." That's the kind of family we come from. There are many in the room that I should mention. I would like to, in particular, mention Kieran, O'Reilly, Charlotte, another group. Two great entrepreneurs who took a chance on establishing the one and only full-time Irish theatre that works 52 weeks out of the year. I am in such great company and such in awe of them, and indeed for most of the people who are here today who have been a help. I thank you. I think my 3 minutes is up. Oh.